Abu-rahma. You are
you.
Professor Abu Dhabi University. You took the pain to come to our place. What's your first reaction?
My first reaction to the conference?
Yes, definitely.
Well, do you want me to hold this?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. I think the idea was really great of the conference. When we first heard about it, it was very timely. I think that was really it's a good time.
It's timely.
It's very timely, right?
Why, if I ask you?
Well, I don't really watch TV a lot, but if you turn the TV, you can see what I'm talking about. Occupy Wall Street, what's happening in the Arab Spring. Something is happening in the world. And people are saying what is going on, and then if you really sit and think about it, it boils down to 2 or 3 words. It's like greed,
Yes.
selfishness, not caring about others. Simple, really simple things. That is the cause. And that in the States at least, or in Europe, is really increasing the divide between the haves and the have-nots. If you go to the Arabic world, it's the same kind of story. I mean, suddenly the middle class has disappeared. And it really boils down to greed, debt. So we're living now in a virtual world.
Yes.
You see people having houses and cars and beautiful things, but really deep inside is all in debt. So if you're living in debt, you lack security. And if you lack security, you'll have your inner peace is kind of shattered in a way. So I think that the conference is really, really timely.
Means you just gave the justification, and you also gave very valued thoughts. Greed is also a very important aspect. How do you define spirituality?
And that's a good thing I'm learning from the conference. Okay, to be honest with you. For me, having a spirituality is, being one with oneself, and as you relate to others, and as you relate to reality. But from what I'm hearing in this conference, which I didn't really think about it before, is there's a difference between having faith or religion or being a spiritual person. I don't totally agree, I really agree with that, or I don't really understand exactly what they mean by that. For me, I mean, if you have a set of beliefs, regardless of which religion it is, the outcome of this set of beliefs is action. That's how it's going to impact your life. So, from what really I don't understand is, like, how is it that you can be, of course you can be a spiritual person without belonging to a religion. I totally agree with that. But I don't see the other way is wrong either. Because, to be a spiritual person, the way I'm understanding it from this conference, which I'm learning, is you identify with all others, regardless of their race or their views or their religion. But that in itself is a religion. That's how I see it. What is a religion? Is a set of beliefs, right, that people agree on, and they behave accordingly. So, in my view now, spirituality is really a religion.
Means your opinion is means you cannot separate spiritualism from religion.
For me, well, I mean, in this sense, I think people who believe in spirituality, in this kind of belief, then this is a new religion called spirituality, which is fine with me. I think it is totally cool.
So there are a lot of definitions can be given to spirituality, but it can't be separated from religion. It's your view?
It does not have to be.
It does not have to be.
In my opinion.
So when we talk about spiritualism, how it can be incorporated in the present life, the life we are living in people's life, how it can be incorporated to bring when we talk about a better world, how it can be incorporated?
I think it should be incorporated in everything we do, because and one of the outcomes of religion or spirituality is you put yourself in other people's shoes. It's empathy. It's like, I'd like to be treated the way you like to be treated. So you put yourself in another person's position and you respect their point of view. You feel with them. You feel their hunger. You feel their pain. And I think this is humanity.
The way things are changing very, very fast after globalization, the economic prosperity become the most important, or you can say significant word. But this has created some problem. Do you think so?
Globalization has created a lot of good things and has created a lot of bad things, of course. And like, they would say, which I don't like to use these kind of terms, but yes, the world has become a small village.
Yes.
And I think since the world has become a small village, I think this it increases the need for this kind of talk we're having in this conference. Of empathy and compassion and feeling with others and selflessness and cooperation and all these kind of things, because in the past it took a longer time to reach China or to go to Arabia, for example. Now you can do it within a couple of hours. You're there. Next day you're in New York. You're virtually connected all the time with everybody. So this close connectedness with each other, I think now really the importance of these kind of feelings of spirituality and it becomes really, really important.
That's very significant, because now you find there are certain hue and cry, especially when we talk about the democratic views are coming up and the people want their share, and the society has been divided into have and have-nots. Then what would be the solution through spiritualism?
What would be if I know the answer, I think I think more of what we're doing today.
Yes.
More of what we're doing today, not just talking about it. I think involving various organizations, governments, NGOs, but people have to believe in this message, and I think the world is saying that. The world is saying something is wrong. We're not human anymore. I think that's what people are saying. Nobody cares about me. I'm living outside in the cold, and I don't have a job. I have no security. At the same time, we're seeing people, going up in the world, and so again, I think more of this in our educational systems, in our curriculum. I think that would be the first step towards a brighter future. I think
there is a consideration that when you talk about value, ethics, they should be incorporated somewhere in the B school curriculum, because we are B school, so we think that such type of things should be a part of curriculum.
Absolutely.
So, what's your thinking?
Yes, and I agree, and I think this conversation has been taking place, I would say, the last maybe 10, 15 years in the B schools in the States, as for my experiences. If you're aware of the AACSB accreditation,
Yes.
now is required ethics, or it used to be, ethics should be part of the curriculum, not only just maybe one chapter, at least one chapter in each book, you know what I mean? But I see more and more business schools are going in this direction. For example, Abu Dhabi University. Now, last week we just revisited our mission statement, and we were saying, what do we want our graduates to really look like? Just skills and getting a placement or a nicer job? No. So now we want our graduates to be principled graduates, principles, people living with principles, with integrity in things they do, and being true to themselves and true to the world. So yes, I think more and more business schools are going in that direction. And I think, from what we're seeing from the Occupy Wall Street movement and all these movements in the Middle East, I think we will see more and more in the business schools doing more ethical kind of principled kind of thinking.
Means Islam has to give lot to the world, but there is always a misconception created in the name of religion.
Absolutely.
So because we are searching spiritualism, how it can be integrated with Islam.
Well, Islam is about peace. I think most religions, the output of all religions and of all of what we're talking today,
Yes.
regardless what we name ourselves, spiritual or Muslim or Hindu or Christian, it all leads to peace. So we're all striving towards the same goal. All of us. I don't see any religion says we're a religion of hate. I don't see that, because I think again when we come to this world, so an environment that we have to survive in, and ultimately everybody wants to have a nice living, comfort, the basic human needs, love, security, belonging, and at the end of the night you put your bed to the pillow and you want to sleep with good conscience. I cannot see any religion or any belief that's against this. So Islam, like any other religion, I think they all provide this, and I hope that I answered the question.
In fact, when we talk about the initiative taken by our institute regarding the conference, spiritual paradigms for surmounting global management crisis,
Right.
Is it only restricted to management or something? Because management is a wider term.
Absolutely.
It's business management or management. People think about economic crisis only, or we are thinking the other crisis like cultural crisis and other like social crisis.
Well, I think everything boils down to management. I mean, what is management? Is people getting together for a certain goal, and that's what organizations are all about. And they are led by humans. They're not led by computers yet, so they're still led by human beings. And management provides a leadership and the future direction, and they're responsible for the ultimate outcome of whatever they're doing. So I think we hit it at the head, because you can manage anything, organization or not-for-profit or school or hospital or religious organization. So I think we're focusing on the right people.
When we talk about the initiative taken by the SMS, do you think the initiative is correct at the right time? You already told me.
Absolutely the right time. It's an excellent time, and I think SMS is. I was really impressed actually when I saw the conference, the paradigm for doing something about what's happening, about the crisis, and SMS has taken the leadership. You see, there's always a vacuum of leadership.
Yes.
People just, the ones who comes first and takes an initiative and grabs it. I think I do commend SMS for doing that.
What would be the model you would like to suggest that should be incorporated so that spiritualism can be accepted as a solution for the many evils or the ills which is happening around
the world? Well, many organizations, if you speak at the organizational level, as we know, many organizations in the last, 20, 25 years started introducing something called code of ethics. But the question is, like, how implementable is that? How is it implementable? That is a very difficult question. That is really a difficult question, because students, employees, they will obey the code of ethics as long as nobody's watching. You know what I mean? No, sorry, let me say it the other way around. But they will do it as long as they are being watched. But the question is, would I do it really from here, from the inside? Am I doing it for myself? Am I doing it to be true to myself? And I think there's a lot of work needs to be done in that way.
Thank you, sir. You have given us the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.